up? Welcome to Dallas, Texas. We are in Search of America Travels with Hyper.
My name's Malika.
And I'm Zach. We are here for an amazing day of awesome stuff. I know that we are right next to a very busy street, so we're going to get off the street very quickly, but we wanted to welcome you to Dallas. We had an amazing time in Austin. I think we honestly left too soon, but we only have a very short amount of time here in Dallas, Texas. What do you have planned for us today, Malika?
Today we're about to go inside and meet our friends at 1UpOnCancer. It'll be an awesome time. They're some of the nerdiest folks I've ever met, so it'll be pretty cool.
This might be my last round of barbecue for a while.
They promised us some good old Central Texas style barbecue though.
I might be barbecued out. After this round, I might be done for a little bit.
Well,
I might be done for a little bit.
Maybe this is encouraging. Afterwards, we're going to be hitting up a dairy farm.
Why would that be encouraging?
You won't be tempted to eat anything.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to eat anything there, yeah.
Yeah, they got yogurt, butter, milk, cheese. You can pet some cows.
1UpOnCancer, let's go!
Alright.
Alright, thank you everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, if you want to support the stream and our travels, head over to HyperRPG.live or oneshot.straylogic.com to help support this amazing adventure and everything that we got going on. But this little segment is going to be about 1UpOnCancer. Malika, can you tell us a little bit before we go upstairs? What do you know?
That it is a non-profit organization that has worked a lot with Twitch streamers to live stream and raise money and help adults with cancer with even things like their basic needs. I think they can describe themselves better than I can, so let's go. Okay. They're upstairs and they have Blues Barbecue waiting for us, and I ordered today's special, which is some pork belly burnt ends.
Pork belly burnt ends.
Yes,
okay.
Could you believe it? That's a thing.
Yeah. All right. Sweets what? What's the sweet number?
12.
212?
Yeah, I think so.
212, Malika?
Yeah.
I would hate to just walk into a random person's office. Hi, we're the camera. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Go ahead.
Okay.
After you, Lucas.
Wow. Wow.
That's alright.
Hi, come in. Okay. I just wanted them to get a quick look at, first of all the social media handles. You guys know what to do. Give them that warm thumper welcome. 1UpOnCancer on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. Here we go. Let's step in. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hi. So my name is Malika. That's Lucas on the camera there. That's Zach.
Hello.
And who might you lovely folks be?
Well, my name is Chris. I'm the program manager, one of the co-founders of 1UpOnCancer. This here is Christina. Christina. She's the CEO of 1UpOnCancer.
Oh, nice to
Amazing.
meet
The
you.
president and boss, you know.
My name is Brian. I go by NPC. I am just
NPC?
kind of yes, NPC. No, I'm literally a bot. I just do whatever they need me to do around here. I'm kind of the tech person.
Got it.
My favorite part of streaming is tech. So when we do like the green screens and all the lighting and everything, I'm all over this.
Awesome, awesome.
And
that's
Veronica?
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm the office manager here. I mainly just make sure that the office keeps running and make sure that everything is just working as best as possible. You know, just
Intake of forms, answering the phones.
make sure that things keep
Right.
running.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Awesome.
I see our name on the
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah! Woohoo! If I'm just too loud and obnoxious.
You are
you're
perfectly fine.
I mean, it's just like I can turn it down 2 notches, 3 notches.
Well, have you guys milked the cow yet? Have you done that?
That is
that's
later.
not.
Do you guys know the farm? Lavon Farm?
Lavon Farms is up in Plano?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I've been there, yes.
We're gonna
Oh,
visit
great.
them afterwards. If you give us like any tips about the cows, what they like.
So I don't know any of the cows, but I know it's one of the places you can go and buy raw milk, like unpasteurized, unfiltered milk. You can just go up there and get milk and eggs from them that are direct from the farm and drink it.
Now,
And
the
it's
big
amazing.
thing is cows have 6 udders, so if the cow you see has 1 udder, do not milk it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Good note.
Yes.
Good note. Lucas, no milk in 1 udder.
Well, remember we're gonna count those teats.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, you know, we've been around for 5 years.
Yep.
We actually are where we incorporated is actually right next to Plano in Murphy. That's where we live. So you guys are gonna be really close to where her and I live. And how much do you guys know about our charity?
You know what?
Tell us everything.
The moment is yours. If you want to just stand here, if you want to give us
The
a
floor
tour.
is the floor is yours.
The floor is yours. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, literally ours. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna sit here. Is that
And
cool?
that's fine. No, the floor is not lava though. It's just ours.
Just yours.
Well, I mean, it is yours,
Well,
so
I mean,
it's up to
maybe.
you. If you said the floor is lava right now, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We'll just stay here.
So, 1UpOnCancer is a 501c3 nonprofit that helps adults with cancer treatment bills. Kind of like your Extra Life or St. Jude's, Child's Play, etc., but for the adults. There's great organizations that help kids, but not many that help adults with cancer. There's only a handful in the gaming community, but we do direct support for their cancer debt. So when a person's going through chemo or trying to fight breast cancer, brain cancer, etc., they have to make decisions, especially at hard times like we're having right now. Should I buy food? Should I pay these bills? Or should I pay for chemo? That's why we're here. That's the reason why we're here. We're all volunteers. None of us make money doing this. In fact, I personally work at AT&T, and I asked them for a couple hours off to be here for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
So everyone in your organization is volunteers?
Absolutely.
That's correct.
What?
Whoa.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yes, we're overworked and underpaid, literally. Oh, okay, so her phone actually does live captioning, so we're having a conversation, she can actually watch it right now.
Oh, that's awesome, because I've never seen a mask like yours before, and I'm guessing it's so that she can lip read.
Yes.
I wish I had known, because I have like what I
The
call
hood.
the astronaut hood option of a mask.
That's so cool.
I mean, I'm a nerd, I think it's neat.
Yeah. No, those are super awesome. Those are super awesome.
So, when we started back in 2015, we were the only ones dealing with cancer for adults, and there's a few others now, thank goodness. But we wanted to be an inclusive group of all walks, and all walks of life. People who may have cancer, had cancer, people who've been affected by cancer, family members, so on and so forth. And since we've started, we've given over $150,000 to cancer debt.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes. So our community is pretty vast. We have many gamers who have gone through our program, have had assistance, and we love them all dearly. As you probably saw in our entryway, we have that glass cabinet with all the stuff that we've been given throughout the years, and it's a pleasure doing this. It really is. Kind of sad since our last event was PAX East before COVID closed
Right.
everything. And I'm like, I've been jonesing to go back and talk to the people. So it's nice to actually be able to do this again.
Yeah, the people
Right.
are right in there.
Just look into
those people.
that camera and talk to them because they're watching at home.
I think they count as people only 50% of the time.
Oh.
Only 50.
They may be like really smart rabbits,
Like hammering away at their keyboards. I'm not quite sure.
I heard you can buy bots.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they're all bots.
Yeah, maybe
Every
they
one
are.
of them.
Another NPC.
Another NPC. That's
Right,
true.
right. If we had paid for them, I'd make them more clever.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Where do we return them?
I don't. Yeah. Can we return those bots?
Return them.
pay for the premium?
I think it's time to roll for damage on that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So this is your office, and you have built streaming studios for people
Yes.
to come in and volunteer. I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Before COVID, we decided we needed studios because people would come here all the time and stream. And we started these studios back in early 2019. They were just empty rooms before we put the lights in and everything else. We just had light kits and we
Mhm.
would put them in here. And then slowly but surely, we started putting things in here that, like the the big lights that you see.
Yeah.
From help from Bethesda. They gave us a tech grant.
Oh,
No
that's
way.
amazing.
So it was really nice to actually be able to put the lights in here, and then COVID happened. Right as the lights were done. And I'm like, no! So we really haven't been able to fully utilize them except for our streams.
Yeah, I put together a Dungeons and Dragons stream in here, and we had 2 people on each side, and we were able to do 4 people at a time, and I had a production booth out here where I was watching all 4 streams
Yeah.
and the map, and I had them all lined up at the bottom of the screen with green screens, and it looked amazing, but it was really just us. We can't really, you know, invite people in and whatever, so we're trying to keep it as sanitary as possible, and
Yeah.
there's plenty of space, so if you want to come in and use the space for a couple hours,
By all means.
you can cut right through, get in there, do your thing, and come back out. So.
Yeah, we do have appointments that you can actually go and, yeah, just mind the blue dots.
Yeah.
Those are the 6-foot spacings. We just kind of keep an eye, you know, just to make sure that people are observing. So, yeah, we do have appointments. So if you want to come on by, feel free. We love people, and we just try to be as inclusive as possible. Just trying to make sure that we have activities and fun things for people to do. We have a lot of classic consoles in the main office there, arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
We try to keep people to stay here as much as possible. In the kitchen, we also have vending machines. So again, forcing people to stay here.
Yeah.
Encouraging people. To
Hey,
stay.
oh,
I think
no,
forcing
that's it.
people to stay here.
I
That's
mean, just kind of chains. We don't, you know, the ankle bracelets and stuff.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, how many hours a day is someone here volunteering in the office?
Well, it depends. Like right now, this is kind of a busy time for me personally for work. You are here 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, somewhat like that.
Wow.
In the mornings, just kind of catch up on things, answer phones, call people back, and I will, when I have availability, come here in the afternoons and fill up the afternoons. So you'll leave around 12 noon, I'll come in around 1 and be here till 6. So I have a work office in there. If you guys want to take a look,
Yeah,
Sure,
come on.
we'd love to.
Go
let's do a tour.
Yeah.
It's a little dirty, a little crowded, but don't mind us. So, we have our office, and this office is just where we do all the heavy
Yeah.
lifting, especially this thing. That's
Yeah.
very heavy lifting. Break your back. And a lot of classic consoles, a lot of stuff for people to play. And this is where I do a lot of my work to make sure that I can do my 9-to-5 gig here while be able to help people that come in here. So that's very important to us as well. I work on a product called ServiceNow, which is a very popular platform for technology companies. So that's what I do. But yeah, this is where a lot of the data processing, the phone calls, the paying of bills, which is what I do.
Yeah.
I actually, I see myself live. How cool is that?
Yes. Reception.
So yeah, I'm actually the one who calls the hospital, doctors, and oncologists and pays those bills directly.
Yeah. Wow, that must be intense.
It is. It really makes it difficult, especially when you have to negotiate with a bill collector and explain the situation to them. I'm like, I just want to pay this bill, you know?
Yeah.
Let me do that. And bill collectors are some of the more difficult people to work with.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody knows a bill collector or two.
Yeah, it's, oh man, that's really, really admirable. What is that emotional experience like to raise money and then literally be the one on the phone talking to a debt collector for somebody's medical treatment bill?
So-
That's intense stuff.
We just had a stream with somebody who was in Ireland. Her name's Handolph. She just had a stream and raised $5,000 for us. Her goal was $666. It was for Halloween. And she was over the moon ecstatic, crying on her stream when people were like donating $1,000 and this
Yeah.
and that. And just like people were just giving because it's a really good charity for those who need it, especially during the holidays. It gets really desperate for people to make the decision: should we have Christmas this year, or am I going to continue my treatment? And so I was crying right along with her. It was like, oh, so yes. And then when I have to call these hospitals and doctors and bill collectors, I try to be as diplomatic as possible to try to eradicate the debt as much as possible. So to kind of explain it, I have to call them, see if they're willing to cut the debts in order for us to stretch our money. So let's say, for instance, the person owes $2,500.
Right.
I've only allotted this person to get an award of $2,000. So I want to negotiate that, because if I can pay off the debt and pay for $2,000,
Or forgive some of these fines and fees that just, keep accumulating.
and that's one of the biggest problems as well, is the fact that, healthcare is expensive in America. And those debts, if not paid, go to debt collectors who buy them pennies on a dollar. I don't know, some companies pay more than others, but they're paying that money for that debt to go and try to get that full amount back. And some debt collectors are really nice. I've had them say, $3,000, don't even pay us. We'll zero it out.
Wow.
I've had others say, well, you owe us plus interest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how's that even jive? I mean,
Right.
I just want to pay the total amount and be done with it, right?
Yeah.
So it all depends. I mean, I've had conversations with people paying their bills and just crying because of how generous they've been, knowing that this person's, not going to make it. And I just want to make sure that when she passes on, that their family doesn't have to be like what my family was when my grandmother passed away from lung cancer. My mom had to put all of that debt on a credit card with about 30% interest.
No, that's...
My mom had no choice, and so she worked 2 jobs for 5 years, didn't get vacation days.
And is that your why? Like, why cancer? Why you're
One
doing
of them.
this?
So the reason I'm here in Texas is because of one of my friends, Bruce Lewis, who worked at Funimation. He helped me get here. I had no friends or family structure here in the Dallas area, and he worked at Funimation, and he lived in Arlington. And he says, hey, if you move here, we'll get you situated. You can go and work at Funimation. He was helping us transition from Ohio, where we used to live, down here, and it was such a blessing, and he was true to his word. And 6 months later, brain cancer. And we tried everything to see if we can find help for him. But again, adults with cancer, they think, oh, your insurance will take care of it. Well, he was a 1099er.
Yeah.
One insurance. So we did all we could to try to help him. And then one day, we just realized that we were just going to have to start a charity.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And unfortunately, he passed before we actually could help him, but we help people in his name.
Yeah, that is such a beautiful story. I feel very fortunate. Some people watching may or may not know I'm a cancer survivor, also fellow nerd, and cancer is so overwhelming for that individual and the concentric circles around that individual.
Yeah.
It's not just a disease, it's not just your body, the financial, the emotional, the physical, such a burden, and that pain is only eased by the support network. And then there's this ugly reality, which is the financial stresses.
So we try to have a community that, again, as I mentioned, inclusive. Our Discord is open for people to chat about their experiences, if they need support. Like my wife will help people that have issues paying their rent or paying their utility bills. She'll go and look for options for them as well, because we don't do that. We just pay medical bills directly. But we try that all we can do to make sure that that person doesn't have to go to bed and worry at night that they have to make those tough decisions. It's difficult, especially since we're such a small nonprofit. We don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So the money that we fundraise goes back into the charity, and that's the reason why none of us take salaries, because again, we're bringing in not even $50,000 a year.
But you're doing work though.
Yeah.
And it's not. Oh gosh, that's so hard.
It's difficult. This is the reason why I think we keep striving, trying to find new ways to entertain, get people involved. That's right, the reason why we're so personable. When you do a stream for us, we actually go and make sure that we're present in there, part of your community, answering questions like we did earlier in your channel.
Yeah.
Because that is a touch that you probably won't see in many of the larger streamer communities or the larger charities. So, you know, having that kind of empathy, I guess.
Sure. Or it sounds like here the dollars are really, you know, taken full advantage of, and you know, being sent directly to the right causes, which I really appreciate. I really also liked hearing that some of the debt collectors were understanding. I mean, they must understand if it's at the level where a nonprofit has to step in to help relieve this financial stress. They must know how dire it is, you know.
You would think. Some debt collectors.
I mean, the person has cancer. Hello.
Right.
You know.
Again, you would think.
Right.
But it's just like, you know, there's so many roadblocks and hurdles because you have you know, your HIPAA laws.
Yeah.
So we have to tread lightly, and they can't tell us key things. But I'm like, I have the bill in front of me. I just want to pay the bill.
Yeah.
And you know, please let me proceed. And sometimes even that's a fight.
Oh gosh.
You know, and they, you know, we have, obviously we can fax them information, like we have, you know,
Right. You're
approval to do
registered,
this on behalf.
501(c) and everything.
Right. And so it's
Oh,
still
gosh.
it's still challenging. This is the reason why it's great that Laura's here, because
Yeah.
again, if she wasn't, you know, because she helps with a lot of those hurdles. You know, this is her gig, even though it's a volunteer gig. She doesn't have another job or anything, so this is what she does in the mornings, because she really likes the charity that much to put in that effort 20 hours a week to come here. And then, since I'm one of the board members, I'm the only one who has authority to actually pay the bills directly. So
Right,
that's where I come in and.
Understood. Gosh, this is all so overwhelming and exciting at the same time. You must be exhausted.
I'm always exhausted. It's honestly, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that I have to deal with for this organization, and then on top of that, I have my 9-to-5 gig, and then of course I volunteer at other charities as well. There's a makerspace that's opening up called The Lab. That's in Richardson. They moved from Plano to Richardson, that I'm helping oversee as well. And my wife also is a board member of a deaf school in Arlington. So we're all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we've just met, and as like I feel like we were friends, and as a friend, I'm like, dude, you can't fill the other cups if the teapot's empty. I'm worried about you. You must hear this all the time.
Oh yeah,
I
I haven't had vacation since last December.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
I'm going to have a vacation, trust me, very soon.
Okay.
I'm taking Christmas and New Year's off, and that's my vacation for the year.
All right.
But yeah, but again, it's so rewarding though. Honestly, I love doing this. I love helping people, and I started volunteering when I was 13 because I grew up on the west side of Cleveland, rough area.
Yeah.
My mom and my brother and I lived in the ghetto for 10 years of our lives. My mom was on welfare.
Yeah.
And she got her nursing degree, and she just picked herself up, and so I understand what it is to be on the other side, to be asking those questions, where's my next meal coming from? And that's a fight. I also know how it is to be like, are we having Christmas this year? No? Okay, that's just life, right? And I don't want people to have to experience that, because I had experience, it's awful.
Yeah.
And so I try really hard to help as many people as possible.
Yeah. You know, for me, I was a free lunch kid, you know, growing
Same
up.
here.
I immigrated to this country, and for me, I have just so much gratitude to everybody who helped me. You know, and I really feel like it's my turn. Speaking of, I saw you do sign language, and now I think you have, like, that's a superpower. That's a superpower. It's
Funny.
It's on my, you know, I want to figure that out. I would love, because you have that superpower, I would also love to just talk more to your CEO, but I need your help.
Oh, you need my help to talk to my wife? Sure, I can help.
Yeah,
with that.
that's awesome.
That's fine.
Because, you know, I'm a female CEO.
Yes.
I'm the CEO of our studio, and already there's some challenges just being a female CEO, and I can't
Yes.
imagine also being
Deaf, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I'm personally hard of hearing, so
Yeah.
I mean I have problems hearing far away or anything that's too close with all the loud noises. So.
And everybody's covering up their faces.
Oh, dude, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Luckily, yours is not too bad, but some people are like, I'm like, are you Kenny from South Park? You know.
Yeah.
So it makes it really difficult. So, but this one also gets really cloudy quickly.
Yeah, I could
all,
see, yeah.
all the moisture from me talking. But it's difficult. At the same point, it's rewarding. This is the reason why my wife runs, helps run the other organization, the school board. Because again, who else is going to do it?
Right.
My wife went to school at Kent State University, got 2 degrees in special education. She can't find a job to save her life. Just because, who wants a deaf teacher? That's depressing, but I know.
Everybody should have a deaf teacher.
I absolutely agree.
You know what I mean? Like, all students should spend time with, like, all sorts of human beings,
Right.
and experience the wide range of communication we have as human beings.
And I agree with you. When I first started dating my wife in 2002,
Are we gonna get tears? Should I bring your wife into this?
Oh, no,
Is this
you're
a cute
fine.
story?
It is a cute story.
I love cute stories.
actually, I met my wife back in '95. We both played on a mud together.
Oh, that's so cute. You
Yes.
are nerds.
Oh, big time. So yeah, we used to do a lot of role playing back in the day, and it's the reason why I follow you guys. Because I love that whole
Yeah,
genre.
tabletop RPGs are the best.
Oh yeah, did a lot of D&D back in my day. I had a couple conventions that we had to miss this year locally that were tabletop oriented because of COVID, and that was really sad. But I met my wife in '95. We started chatting. She actually became one of our developers on the MUD, which, to find an editor was amazing at that point. And then we started talking. We actually had a liking of Andy Kaufman, both like surreal humor.
Oh,
And-
we love it. Oh my God.
Yes.
Anomalisa is one of the most human things I've ever watched, and they're dolls. Right?
So it was just like it started spinballing, and I didn't know she was deaf until '98, because again, we just chatted on, texting each other, right? And then in 2002, it was like, let's kick this into high gear.
Yeah.
So started learning sign language, more or less ABCs at the
Yeah,
beginning, 'cause,
yeah.
again, but just picking things up. And then she would take me to deaf meetups.
Oh,
Because
wow.
those are things. Deaf people will have a community. They'll come together. They'll have lunch or go bowling, or deaf pizza night's a pretty big thing. I knew nothing about this, and it was amazing to me. And so I love the deaf community, and I love culture. Always have. So that's how we met. And we got married in 2005.
So beautiful.
15 years.
Was it a nerdy wedding?
Unfortunately, no. Her grandmother had colon cancer. We wanted to get married a year later and actually have a really
Yeah.
nice wedding, but this was more of we wanted to get married before her grandmother passed away.
Yeah. Wow, you guys have been both deeply affected by cancer.
Absolutely.
You were saying, for people who've been affected by cancer, I think everybody's been affected by cancer in one way or another. The disease is everywhere.
I mean, the same day that we decided to start the charity, 1UpOnCancer, same day that Satoru Iwata passed away from bile duct cancer.
Yeah.
And it was like, we both are at Chipotle, we're both crying. Like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen in Nintendo? I mean, sure, that's all good stuff. There's Reggie, and just cry. But you know, again, Nintendo's in great hands, but I mean, you just start worrying, and it's like, oh, he's so young, and there's so much life left, and so, but yeah, that was the same day that we found out that Bruce had cancer, and we decided we're gonna start the process of starting a charity.
That's incredible. Do you think it's brought you together though? You have this.
My wife and I,
beautiful cause.
yes, because everything that we do kind of circles around the charity.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like gaming related, like she plays WoW.
Yeah.
And I don't. I hate WoW.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
like
I can't play WoW.
No, you're like my husband and I. I was like, I'm still, you know, I started on one of those day one servers, like OG WoW player,
Yes, sure.
and then Zach is like, I don't get it. And I was like, can we have our WoW wedding? I have like an item that my character can put on, and then we can have a procession, and then everybody can exchange food items. And Zach was just like, I don't get it.
It's hilarious because her whole family plays WoW. Her mom, her
that's so
dad,
cute.
her sisters, her nephews, they all play. And they have a guild, and they're for the Horde.
Yeah.
I hear that's a thing.
It's okay. I'm an alliance member. Don't let her know.
She
Can
plays
we keep
both.
a secret? All
She
right.
plays both. It's fine. And then me, I'm more into classic games. That's the reason why we have a lot.
I don't know. WoW is classic. It's literally called WoW Classic now. You can play. I beg to differ on that.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna play something old, I'm gonna play something older than that.
Sure. What's some of your favorites?
Me personally, I like a lot of the older style first persons, like your Dooms or your Wolfenstein 3D. I'll play platforming games all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I like a game that can fit into my schedule, not the other way around.
I understand.
And so Final Fantasy, unfortunately, does not fit my schedule.
Yeah.
But a game like Counter-Strike or Splatoon, or something that I can just pick up and play for a few minutes and then get back to work is nice. I will say my Valve Index has been amazing because there's a lot of games you can pick up and play, put the glasses on for 30 minutes, feel like I've accomplished something, get back to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's my life. I try to find pockets of time.
Yeah. I think that's when I was working at my background is game design, and so when I started working at studios, it would be like one match of Dota 2 because it's about 45 minutes and it fits in that like
Right.
lunch break time. Oh, I need 10 minutes to eat this sandwich, and then
Right. That's the same here. And it started back when I worked in radio. We would go and play, what's that tank game where you shoot and you're trying to get the other tanks?
Battleship.
I don't remember now. We're talking forever. That was 20 years ago. But we would play that on a LAN server during our breaks. And those are kind of games that, I can get into. Because, again, there's a little bit of strategy involved. And if anybody in the chat knows what that game is,
Yeah,
please
let
me
us know. I'm like, Contra?
No, it's
Is it the black
it's a DOS
one with
game.
the green lines? Yeah, okay.
It's kind of like there was a version of it with Worms, where you're just shooting things and you're trying to explode. But I forget the name of it now. But it's an old DOS game.
They are Shell Shock.
It might
No. Sadly, I was thinking Atari Game Tank. All right.
be. But anywho, so yes, if you would wish to ask some questions to Christina, we can go over there.
Yeah, let's
think she's
see
chatting
the
with
rest
Zach right now as
of
well.
your wonderful facility. I think Zach's nerding out about the technology.
Oh yeah.
We'll let camera operator extraordinaire. Hey Zach, where'd you go?
Right here.
Okay.
There's a little cat in there.
Yeah, no, I
Social
understand.
distancing,
I understand. We'll have to try to figure out the framing for this, but I wanted to talk to our CEO because I know it's tough being a female CEO, and I can't imagine also.
Well, maybe
being-
you sit here and she can sit there, and that way there's some distance,
Sure.
and Lucas can just move the camera back and forth. Yeah, here, let me I'll make a little more room for you.
So that chair is 6 feet from that chair.
There you go. Oh yeah, I see the
Yep.
blue. Yep.
So you can see exactly how far it is.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you get line of sight so you can see what's up. Okay, so my sign language, rusty, so it's fine. We'll try my best, okay?
That's wonderful.
I'm a lazy signer too.
Wait, what does that mean?
I cheat and I
You
use like one
shortcut.
hand, not two hands, and I do quick. Shame on me, I know.
It's
And you can voice too, so if you can understand her voice, it makes it easier. But
Got it.
if not, if you have questions, what she said, you can tell me too.
fantastic. Let's see. He had shared some of your love story and how you met playing online games.
Yep.
I love that.
And then the
She also saw there that I don't like WoW.
We can't do that anymore.
Oh, we can't be together, but
Oh,
no. I know you're kidding, I know.
It's okay. I tried to get my husband to do a WoW styled wedding with me and he wouldn't do it.
Yes, Alliance, yes.
Yes, I know you're a horde player and we can respectfully appreciate each other at a distance. Gee, gosh, I don't know. I have so many, like, my head is spinning. First of all, I'm just so overwhelmed with everything that you guys do. It's extremely inspiring to me. I'm a cancer survivor myself, and the fact that other people in the world care about this kind of pain is extremely moving to me.
It is very challenging.
Sometimes we become very sad because some people we have helped by the way. And sometimes we can't help them, so it's really hard.
So to expound on that, it is really difficult. We can't help everybody.
Right.
We get a lot of applications. Every quarter we get about 50 applicants, is that about right?
I'd say more about 70.
Okay, 70 applications currently. And every quarter it grows more and more. We help quarterly, by the way. So we have an application window. That's usually the first month of the quarter. Second quarter we vet them, and then the third we help pay those bills. We only have so much money, so we have to pick and choose people that we can help. It's usually, there's a salary cap, there's criteria they have to meet, send us all the documentation, and still we can't help too many people. It hurts to say no to people. We've cried at some of these people that just plead. It's like, we can't help them. It is so difficult and so challenging. And then the people that we do help come to find out when we would follow up, they've passed on. It's people that we've helped for many years, and we go and we just want to check up on them, and then you just break down and you just grieve because they're part of your community. Problem with having a community such as ours, cancer is cancer, and we celebrate while they're here, and that's what we can do. It's the steps, it's the ringing of the bell. You know, when Bruce had brain cancer, he went through 2 rounds of chemo, and we tried all that we could. Brain cancer is very invasive. It goes really quick. I mean, look at Alex Trebek, pancreatic cancer, 18 months. Prognosis was looking good, and then he passed on. You know, and it's difficult. It really is. And you know, my mom and I had a phone conversation. I was driving home, and she's like, Alex Trebek passed away, and we both started crying because Jeopardy was one of those things that my grandmother, my whole family, we all 7:30, Channel 5 in Cleveland. We would watch it religiously, and it was difficult because he was like a family member, you know. Cancer, again, it's something that I think we're all touched by, even though some people don't want to admit it. Cancer affects this world. I mean, you go, David Bowie is one of my favorites of all time.
Me too. Yeah.
And, you know, again, 70 years old, and it's like, it's rough. It hurts because it's like, oh, okay, yeah. You know, one of his songs, like Under Pressure, David Bowie and Queen, one of my favorites. And I'm like, I would love, no, Nope. Freddie Mercury's gone. Bowie's gone. Best I'm gonna get is a cover band. You know, and it's like, it sucks, you know. And that's one of the hardest things for us, is to have that connection we cherished, and we thought we were pulling for that person, and then they passed, and it was like, what did we do wrong? Well, we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But you feel guilty.
It's
It's just life.
Yeah, it is. I super appreciate everybody here articulating your challenges and being so vulnerable with us. I want to know, what are some triumphs that you've been able to have here that you're proud of?
I think the 150,000 given. That's a big win. I mean, 5 years we've given up $150,000. That's not small potatoes.
No, that is not.
Again, it's just.
And interactive with the paper.
And that's a big thing, because there's Twitch communities all over the United States. So we have Stream Texas, which is one of the largest in the United States, and just to go there and to share the stories and talk to people, one of the things that we truly miss. Just interacting with people, to us, is just a triumph in itself, and we love doing that.
And also for me personally, when small when we went to Michigan first with the first year, and then we did the convention first year.
First gaming death convention in the United States was here in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
And we did that last year. There would have been one this year, COVID, but you know, we were part of that, and it was amazing. It really was. It was nice to have the community involved. We talked to so many people. They shared their experiences.
And I going to talk with them instead of.
Yeah, instead of having an interpreter, didn't need one.
Right.
In fact, I had an interpreter, a person who was hearing, that was, because some people, they signed different signs, because signs mostly are the same, but there's region differences.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why an interpreter for hearing people is good.
But the material to develop and I can figure it's a very supportive of us.
Yeah, Ricky Joyner, she's also a partner, and she's very supportive of the charity. And there's just so many wonderful people in the community. Again, we have so many different groups and people that help us. Deaf, let's see, we have blind people who help. We have people with lupus, people who are, gay, transgender. We're allies of everybody, and just, again, the love. It's amazing.
They meant to me. We was started about it first. Carter, we had to stream. They have a close to caption. They have everything. Every day we stream our stuff.
So one of the big things that we did was we started working with a group. I don't know if you know Hitch.
Yeah,
He's a
who
streamer.
travels through Canada.
Right.
Another
So
travel
his
streamer.
group, which is norip.io, they helped us get started with live captioning throughout our full stream, because that's what Hitch does. And so we started doing that. So now we're the first charity that full-time captions everything that we do
And
live.
the best, but
It's not the best, but it's a good start. It's the Google Captions that everybody knows. But so we work with Web Captioner. We work with a few other different people that actually build the captioning to help make it work. And again, not perfect, but it's getting better. AI is always going to get better.
Yeah.
thank you very
A few wins, yeah.
Yeah, a few wins. Yeah, I appreciate that. I can see and hear that you have a lot of love for your community.
what do you want people outside of your community to know about yourselves and the organization?
The funny thing I was like, the people to know about us is people transparent. We do not hesitate. Like I said, my governors, we not report the vending, we manage cars, and but we have it.
So we do rely heavily on the transparency of our organization. This is why we tell people we're all volunteers. None of us make money doing this because it's true. Charities are actually rated. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can go and look at a charity's rating through Candid or some others. There's a few other different places. Yeah, Charity Navigator, yes. Guide Star as well. And so an aid-rated charity has to give at least 75% of its money back into the mission. That's key, and that's very important to understand. So for us, we do that at least. Now, of course, there's A+ ratings and stuff as well, but you know, there's overhead. There's always overhead. Electricity's not free, internet's not free. All this stuff that we have to pay for, to keep us afloat has to be paid, insurance and so on and so forth. But 75% of the money has to go to the end mission, which we do end over year, because it's so important to us to make sure that people can say, where's my money going? And we can show them a report from our CPA that says, hey, this is where the money's going. Here's all the charts, graphs, and all the information you need to know. And so when you do a fundraiser with us, you are absolutely going to be sure that your money's going to the right cause. It's not going to a third party for them to disseminate the funds. It's going directly to us because we're the ones who actually call the hospitals and doctors. We pay those bills directly. So we are the place that you are giving to, and it goes from here to directly to people in need.
Can you name the laundry list of ways people can help?
It's up to you.
Oh,
I can all day long. You know me. Amazon Smile. Obviously, everybody uses Amazon. Amazon Smile is one of the easiest way you can do that. Obviously, Twitch subs. We're, a partner of Twitch. Sub on that puppy dog. You get some great emotes that way as well. Humble bundles. Go get your Humble bundles on. Gonna sell on eBay? Go to eBay. Do that with us as well. We're all over the place. Of course, you can go to our website. Yeah, our website has the PayPal. There's a link on PayPal. What's cool about the PayPal Giving Fund, they don't take any fees out. So if you go to our website, you click on Donate, we get all the money. However, if you do a fundraising charity for us, like through Tiltify takes their portion out, and then PayPal takes their portion out. But if you go directly to our website, every bit of it goes to us. Do it Tiltify, please, by all means. Just go to Tiltify, search for 1UP. You can start a fundraiser there as well. And then we don't turn away volunteers. If you want to volunteer, doesn't matter what you do. You make art, you want to do social media, you want to go and do a fundraiser for us, or you just want to shout in the rooftops about us, do it. We're here to support you. Go to our Discord, which is also on 1UpOnCancer.org or discord.gg/1UP. You can find all the information on there as well. How else can we ask people to... Do you have any ideas, Brian?
Oh, me? Well, sure. I mean, we always need people to stream for us. We've got an event coming up in December. It's called Winter Wishes. We basically, anybody that wants to volunteer to stream on our channel can stream on our channel. You get a 3-hour shift or a 6-hour shift, and you get to stream, play whatever game you'd like. Stay within the TOS, please. And then just be a part of our team, be a part of our community, be out there for people with cancer, because it's really important that we get that out there. The donations are good, but really it's all about the people, and it's all about being there for people. So for us, we just love seeing your face in the chat. We love seeing your face in Twitch. We want you there. So if you want to come and stream for us, you can do that. You can volunteer at a con. Whenever conventions open back up again, DreamHack, I'm looking at you. If you're there, come see us at a booth. And stop by, say hello. We're always doing giveaways. We're doing stuff. We need people to stand at our booth and talk and have a good time. So we've got plenty of things to do. So
Look at those mushrooms.
yeah, those mushrooms over there. Those are the people that donate.
Right
When
over
you
there.
donate to 1UpOnCancer, you get a mushroom. We write your name on it. We bring it to the office, and we put it on our wall. We've got a whole bunch more in a box ready to go. So we're just
So many boxes.
Yeah, we're looking for a place to put them.
Yeah, so our goal is to decorate these white walls, make them less white. The goal is to go and have mushrooms everywhere. We're still trying to think of really cool patterns. I don't know. Maybe we'll hang them from the ceilings. No idea. But we have so many mushrooms because there are so many wonderful people that meet us at conventions. So we try to decorate. So you can see right there in that picture, that is a picture of somebody donating $100. And they put it on our booth right there. So that's how cool that is.
We've always got something going on here. We do 4 streams a year, once every quarter. We have a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter stream. We're looking to produce more content. We're considering getting into something monthly, perhaps a talk show or a game show. We're still trying to figure out that. So if anybody wants to volunteer for those things, go to our Discord, ping somebody. Just ask what you need to do. Somebody will be there to answer 24 hours a day. Somebody's always awake in the Discord. And you can help us out. We can produce content monthly or something. Just to get out there and just be a part of the community, because right now we all need it. We all need friends right now. We can't go out and make any, so we got to do it online, and I prefer it that way. So
You're a lonely nerd.
I'm a lonely nerd. That's true.
Well, you have your puppy dog.
I have a dog. Yes, the dog is the true star of my stream.
Yeah.
Harley. She makes more money for 1UpOnCancer than anybody else.
Yeah, my dog is more popular.
We typically collect donations. It's like $5 and I'll pet the dog, and $10 and I'll give my dog a treat, and it raises a lot of money for cancer. So you don't have to be that good at playing video games. You can be a bad gamer like me and still help out 1UpOnCancer.
I mean, honestly, even if you're just not a gamer, I mean, you can still do. We have people who read stories on there. Wild is his wife actually does streams with us where she will just read a book, or we'll have people who do art. We have people who Twitch sings.
We had a saxophone guy taking requests.
Yes, we did. And again, I mean, you don't have to be a gamer to be part of our community. We want you to be part of our community.
Yeah.
And that's what's important to us is, again, we want to help as many people as possible. And we would love to have you join our cause.
Oh my gosh, are you guys hearing this? You melt my heart. Thank you so much. So you guys are really cool, and you're like, we'll get lunch, and I feel like it would be just awful of me if I didn't eat it.
Yes, we have plenty
It
of
would
food
be
in there.
awful of you, yes.
Yes, so I will not be awful. I will eat the lunch.
Yeah,
No, the bags.
Oh, we have bags. We have
Alright,
gift
cool.
bags for you. We're gonna give you gift bags.
No.
No, it's too late. It already happened.
It's too late. We made little goodie bags with little 1UP swag and little miscellaneous stuff with our contact information. Got one for you too. There you go.
Where are you gonna put it?
Oh my god.
You guys can go through it later or whatever.
Oh,
But just
yeah.
miscellaneous 1UP materials and just trinkets and knickknacks we had from giveaways.
Well, let me tell you, this is
Stickers
perfect
and
because
business cards and
I lost my lanyard
Aw.
to my phone because when you live stream, you need to kind of have it around your neck. So this is like the most perfect thing you have given me right now.
You see, I knew that would happen,
Yeah.
and that's why I put them in there.
There we go. So now I can be hands-free.
The amazing thing about that lanyard is it has a little clasp there. You can take it
Yes.
off. Yes.
And you can quick release.
Yes.
I love that. Okay.
Should we eat this wonderful food?
Yes.
Let's go have our barbecue.
Let's eat some food. Oh, barbecue!
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
No,
apologize
no,
already.
no.
This is 5 days in a row for you guys.
should not be apologizing.
No. You're speaking our love language.
Like,
right
we already
now.
told ourselves today's the last day of barbecue, and that does not mean that we're not excited about it.
Okay, all right.
We're
All right.
excited
You're in for
about
a treat. This is very local barbecue. This is a place called Blues. It's not a chain. It's a little place right up here. They're doing pickup only, takeaway. You walk up, you get it. They serve everything in butcher paper. It's all wrapped up in the paper. There's no plates. It's very authentic.
And farm to smoker. That's
Yep.
very important. So it is local cattle.
You might meet some of those cows today.
Oh.
Right, they're,
Well,
they're descendants of those.
those cows.
They're descendants of those cows. Yes.
Zombie cattle, you say?
Mad cow.
No, they're happy cows.
Happy cows.
By the way, what would you guys like to drink? Obviously, this is our cantina. We're the ones who actually service the chips and drinks and whatnot. So, whatever you want to drink, just let us know. We'll open it up for you. And
So if I put money in there,
It
does
goes
it go
to
to
1UP.
1UpOnCancer?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
actually talking to him about that. That's part of how they make money from the building itself. Is that everybody that gets sodas and snacks are actually supporting 1UP.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and drinks are reasonably priced at only 50 cents a can.
Oh my gosh.
That means, I mean, we're still making 25 cents a can-ish.
don't tell our profit margins.
But all that money goes back to helping the people, you know. And so this is just a way we can keep prices reasonable for people around here, but also help out our people. So I mean, when you find a can for 50 cents, you can't go anywhere else.
No, why
all
would
you do is just start putting money in there and taking cans home with you.
And there you go.
Exactly.
Lucas, if you want, we can set camera right here on the little tripod so you can grab yourself some food. Lucas has got to eat too.
Yeah, Lucas gotta eat, man.
And there's water in the fridge over there as well. And we have G Fuel over there. So if you want some G Fuel, absolutely.
I was gonna fire up my ice cream maker. I've been making G Fuel into ice cream.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That sounds really interesting.
The strawberry shortcake flavor comes out really well. You mix it with the milk and you freeze it.
Sounds good. I also love to make ice cream. We should trade some notes.
Yeah, there you go. Just double the amount of flavoring you would normally need for water into the ice cream, because when you freeze it, it takes the flavor away.
Yeah.
But then eat half the ice cream. So eat 8 ounces at a time.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why melted ice cream is like super sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. We gotta make sure we feed this hard-working camera operator here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Chris, what kind of meats do we have? That's what I want to know.
Okay, there's brisket and there's turkey. And there's 2 sandwiches. There was requested 2 pork sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yes, the 2 small sandwiches are here.
So, they are non-dairy.
Thank you for
Everything
asking.
here, except the coleslaw, I think is non-dairy. So there's the 2
Jalapeno?
sandwiches right there. I'm sorry?
Is these pork stuffed jalapenos?
Yes, there are 4 brisket stuffed jalapenos.
Okay.
Okay, but what are you guys gonna eat?
I don't eat them.
Brisket stuffed jalapeno. I'll take it.
So we got barbecue pulled pork sandwich here.
Yeah, and so there is sauce over here. There's plenty of sauce. So there's probably no sauce on it right now.
Yeah, green beans, baked beans, coleslaw, and potato salad.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, are we at this point now to where we're going to eat, I guess, masks off?
Well, I think we'll wait till we get seated and everything, and
Probably
everybody's.
distance while we take our masks off so we can eat.
Yeah, let's let everybody
So,
get
okay,
inside.
so you guys have your table.
Yeah, you have a quarantine and we have a quarantine.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, then
so-
maybe we should put the food in the middle then.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fine. What are we doing?
Barbecue.
I'm gonna
I
make
think there's
myself-
another small barbecue for you guys as well, for the other sandwich.
I'm gonna start moving stuff to the middle table if that's the plan.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Well, I think they were gonna sit at the middle
Well,
table.
where are you guys sitting?
Because they want the camera on us. We could move the camera by the refrigerator.
We could sit
and
right
give
here,
us a
that's
better
fine.
angle.
Yeah, we can also put their camera over there. on that
We'll
side,
sit right here.
Where the plugs are.
We'll sit right here. It's all good.
Okay.
And we put
Where do you
food in
guys
the
want to do? So, I was thinking what we could do after you do your Moo Cow trip, I still want you guys to come to Nerdvana tonight. Nerdvana is a bar, restaurant, kind of gastro club, if you will. That
I
has
saw it look fancy.
it is very fancy. Kathy's the owner. The guy who owns Gearbox, that's his wife's place.
Oh, cool.
It's right next to Gearbox.
Oh, nice.
So,
I wondered why it was so close to Gearbox. I was
Right,
like, it's right
exactly
here. Okay.
and so maybe tonight, would you guys like to go over there before you guys go to bed? Have dinner with us?
This is Zac.
We might have to play it by ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to,
Yes.
but I definitely would like to treat you guys to dinner, and that's a really awesome place.
He's not saying you have to. He's saying it would be rude of you to refuse.
Oh, these people.
No.
Yeah, we're actually headed to Oklahoma tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, going to Tulsa. I heard that. You got any big plans up there?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the plans up there. You guys, as lovers of tabletop RPGs, really love to know we are meeting up with some storytellers.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think us tabletop RPG lovers should learn about all sorts of storytelling forms, whether it's improv, or even like indigenous people storytelling. There's all sorts of ways to like make up a story with your friends and have a good time.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's amazing.
For serving stuff as well.
I love the improv comedy style, you know, and that kind of thing. That's always good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess get started with
Yes, please, by all means.
Is this,
brisket. I have no idea what's in
Yeah,
these
open it
wrappers.
up.
Yeah.
We'll find out together. There's silverware, by all means.
Chris, what kind of meats did we get?
Turkey and brisket.
Okay, so the smaller ones are probably a turkey.
The orange ones are brisket, I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Oh, this is the pork belly I asked for.
Oh.
Oh my
Yes, we also have.
Oh yes.
Yes, we have burnt ends as well. So yes, there's some burnt ends. There's
These
some.
are pork belly burnt ends.
Malika.
Yes.
I went to the restaurant menu and they said that was like their special on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm in Dallas on a Wednesday. I'm gonna take advantage of my situation, right?
But please grab
brisket.
some vegetables or some foods. There's tubs of wonderful yummies. I try to find things that you guys might like.
Oh, well, that's very considerate of you. I really appreciate that.
The tubs, oh my god, the burnt ends. That sounds good.
Also, a few of us, people in our community were like, it's gonna bug him until you tell him the name of the game was Scorched Earth.
Scorched Earth!
Yes! Okay, all right,
Yes!
there we go.
Yeah, Scorched Earth, we played it all the time. It was amazing, and that's how we unwound when we were working in radio, and because you'd go insane.
You'd go insane.
Scorched Earth. Remember when I was working in Spatial, we played that game where you had the tanks there?
I remember.
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yes.
So what is it like being a nerd in Texas? I'm also searching for the nerdiest just areas in the United States.
Oh, yes, drinks, by all means. Please tell me what drinks you guys want.
I'm okay. I brought coffee.
And there's water over there as well, but yes, if you want a soda, please let me know. I'll make sure that happens.
We won't lose.
I can take a Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, diet or regular?
Regular.
Regular?
You gonna do the do, Lucas?
We'll go
Okay,
with Dew.
what do you like?
I am gonna stick to my water. I'm trying to, you know, this pork belly is already pretty indulgent.
Okay.
I'll grab a water.
Yeah, there's a water behind you. There's plenty of water. We stock the water free because Texas can get hella hot. So
Yeah.
we always stock water for free. Why would you charge people for water? That's just it's like basic necessity. And plus the water here is not
Oh
that
my
great.
gosh, is this green beans?
Yes!
Is this bacon?
Yes.
Yes!
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me get some change.
I'm gonna enjoy this green beans with bacon and pork belly.
So Texas gets a reputation for being very, you know, conservative and very traditional. But you know, when you get into bigger cities like Dallas and Houston, the industry and the tech industry kind of is overwhelming. There's a big like gamers and nerds population here.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of great gaming stores and things like that here. You know, when you get out to more rural areas, like you guys are just in Austin, so there's a little bit less there. There's still some weird things, but there's a little bit less like technology focus. But Dallas is really big. We've got ID software, obviously right in Richardson. You know, Bethesda, you know, PyCon is here every year. We have, I collect physical Switch cartridges.
Oh, cool.
And one of the small limited print distros, Special Reserve Games is here in Dallas. They produce over in Grand Prairie, I think. So it's, you know, we've got some tech here and like gaming industry people. Jerry Jones from the Dallas Cowboys bought Complexity Gaming.
Oh, thank you.
So Complexity has a gaming studio at the Star, which is the Dallas Cowboys practice facility in Frisco.
That's awesome.
Team Envy has a headquarters downtown. Dallas Mavericks have a esports team.
Yeah, you
know,
guys
there's-
have so many sports teams in Dallas.
None of them are any good, but we have them. And we love them.
Ooh, shots fired.
Hey, I love my Dallas sports teams, okay? Even if they don't win, it's okay.
Drink.
So we've got a growing esports community, I think, here in Dallas. We also have the Arlington Esports Stadium, which at the time was the largest esports stadium, specific dedicated esports arena in America. I think Philadelphia built one just after, that was slightly larger. But we definitely have a growing community. We have a growing number of what we call barcades, which is an arcade you pay $10 to go into, and then you can play all the games free play. They're all retro games.
Oh, I know a little too much about that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty good friends with Corey. He built Free Play. That's the name of his arcade, and they've got like 4 locations now. But they're having a really hard time because of coronavirus. Technically, they're allowed to open.
Yeah.
Because they're allowed to open, so they're not going to get any sort of benefits. But now they can't really make any money because nobody really wants to go and touch arcade machines.
Makes
So
complete sense.
yeah, they're struggling. But I love the business model when it was thriving.
So they're making money by trying to sell merchandise, shirts, hats, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Try to make ends meet. But one thing that you guys are missing is National Video Game Museum.
Oh yeah.
I love that place. And so we have to have you guys come back out, even if you have to fly here, wink, wink, so you can go and meet John Hardy, who is the curator and one of the owners. They do stuff with us every year as well. Since they're actually both, we're both 501c3s, us charities kind of stick together. So we do cool stuff with them. They do cool stuff with us. Oh, it's in the, yes, the jalapenos. Just, they're the same.
These pork belly burnt ends are ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the specialty of Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, this place being so close to us. But we also have the best Indian food in Dallas right down the road too. I think the best Thai food in Dallas down the road from us too. So much good food. Burnt ends are over there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's,
Like you said, decadent.
yeah, it's rich.
Woo! So, yeah, I mean, sure, you can have, barbecue, but you're just the best barbecue. So you said the best for last.
This is a pork belly. Let me give you a little. You know what? I'm gonna have to touch the screen.
No.
Okay, come on now. Come on. Give me the focus. Give me the focus. Give me the focus.
I can't wait for the
Focus.
VOD for this. I'm gonna watch that VOD over and over again.
Focus.
Yeah.
You little.
By the way, we're trying to start our YouTube channel. We had one that didn't go well. It was not properly formatted and stuff, so we had to restart it. So we're going to be asking our community if they have any fundraisers that they did for us. We would love to have those VODs and put them on our YouTube.
Cool.
So if you guys wouldn't mind, if we could steal your VOD and put it on our YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah. Trim a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Dallas has a really good gaming nerd community, but I mean, coronavirus has taught me that you don't really need to live here. Like most of my, what I would consider my close friends at the moment don't even live here. We're all on the internet,
Yeah.
It's, it's kind of nice that we can create communities like that.
What are some ways COVID has directly impacted your community? I mean, we've heard some of the stories, like now when you go to the hospital, nobody can come with you, some of that stuff.
Well, I mean, yes, a lot of that is, it makes chemo much more lonely for
Yeah.
people because, now they just have to be entertained by their phone rather than one thing that charities would like to do would be go set up a game system and have people playing against each other. You can't do that right now. Also, for us personally, we were double hits. So the wildfires happened at the beginning of the year. So we could not do adequate fundraising when the wildfires were happening, and then COVID immediately after.
When you say wildfires, Dallas got hit by wildfires?
Yeah.
No,
Australia.
California.
Australia.
So everybody was fundraising for that, and they weren't fundraising, for a lot of other charities. That affects you. And then COVID happened, and everybody started fundraising for COVID. And again, great people were getting help they need, but when that happens, a lot of small charities get lost in focus.
Right, and I mean, there's only so many dollars to go around for charity, and there's layoffs happening, and all sorts of downsizing with businesses, and it's affected 1UP in a lot of ways, because cancer didn't go away, these patients didn't go away, and they still have needs, and there's only so many dollars you can donate to charity, and I don't want anybody to donate if they can't afford it.
Right.
I'm not going to take food off of your table so that we can pay a medical bill. That's not what we want to do. So if, there's so much. If you need to donate to the wildfires, if you need to donate to COVID, those are all very, very worthy causes, but we don't expect somebody to donate to all three unless they can afford it. So it stretches everybody's dollars and everybody's efforts. There's a lot of us that stream for multiple charities. I do a lot of work for 1UP. I do some work for some other charities as well, and we partner with other charities. And right now, nobody's doing anything. There's no in-person events like DreamHack or QuakeCon or any PAX events we can go to.
And that loses the visibility for us as well. I mean, those events, the Twitches, the QuakeCon, DreamHacks, those are loss leaders for us. They don't make us money. They gain us, though, on visibility, because people see us. They know we're around. So,
and it's about the friends we make along the way. There's a lot of times we go to those events and we meet someone like HyperRPG, for example, and then 3 months later, you guys are gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna do an event for charity, and you guys are gonna contact us, and we're gonna say, hey, yeah, we'd love to help out, and something like that happens, and it works out for both of us. And
that's exactly the point.
Those are the connections we make at those events. It's not about the collecting the donations. It's about meeting the people.
And so one hand washes the other, and that's very important. But the charity, because we can't afford those huge billboards like Komen can, so we have to go to the people. And we get a lot of people who ask for assistance because of the in-person meetings that we have. And that to us is very important, and something that we're really missing right now because of the situation.
Malika, have you been into those burn-ins yet?
Oh, that was my order. So yeah, I had to eat what I asked for, right?
We'll grab some more. There's turkey over here as well, and then we have cherry cobbler at the end.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Cherry cobbler is amazing.
Their cherry cobbler they make there?
Yes, that was a fresh batch made this morning for us.
Is it dairy free?
It's cherry cobbler, I would assume so. It's just crust and...
Sometimes they put butter on the crust.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant, but I've never had a problem with it.
It's worth it.
Well, I mean, you don't want to fudge your Huggies at plain milking cows, but I mean, I would say just steer clear from the actual crust itself. Possibly, I mean.
So you need dairy-free cows then later today.
Well, I'm not dealing with that. That's her deal. She's going for the raw milk. I'm gonna stay way back.
You told me you always wanted to talk to a dairy farmer, so I made it happen, Zach.
I never said that once. That was not a
You
thing
were
I
like,
ever
it
said.
wouldn't it be great if we could like milk a cow with a farmer, and I'm like, I can make it happen.
I think you're imagining things that I say
Oh,
as if they are
geez.
real things.
Look at Lucas, he's not gonna, he'd be like,
No comment.
Well, I'm going to the farm, and there's chickens too. If you'd rather go play with the chickens.
Yeah.
Oh. Farm fresh eggs though. That's the best. The milk is so different from what you're used to drinking that it's an acquired taste. But the farm fresh eggs, though, those are so good.
I was trying to look up some interesting facts about Dallas when we were on our way here. I heard that you guys, Dallas is the birthplace of the frozen margarita machine.
Yes. So a place called Mariano's. It's in Arlington. Was supposedly the first place to make one. It's actually the owner of that owns La Hacienda Ranch right down the road here. It's the same organization, same company. It's actually pretty good Mexican food.
It's amazing Mexican food. It's like Tex-Mex, and they have a row of slushy machines, all margarita mix.
Right.
Amazing.
All the different varieties of margarita you can
Yeah.
Wow. Also that Dallas is like the biggest major city not by a gigantic body of water.
Yes, Texas is #1 in man-made lakes.
Wow.
We have more man-made lakes than any other state. Very proud of that. There are only 2 natural lakes, and they're both kind of poor.
So Texas is lying about those bodies of water.
No. We have bodies of water. We actually have Lake Grapevine, which is fairly large. Lake Louisville. We're surrounded by bodies of water,
Yeah.
but Dallas itself does not. And we have the Trinity River, which is pretty nasty. Don't go.
Okay.
We got like 3-eyed fish from The Simpsons kind of thing going on.
Okay. All right. I'll write some notes. What are some other interesting things about Dallas that people don't realize?
We're very diverse.
I was about to say we're pretty diverse. I think that goes with pretty much every major city. You go to places and you're going to see things you didn't see. But Dallas is, I think Texas in general, it's very proud of who we are. So you'll see things in Texas that you don't see in other states. You know, there are car dealerships that have Texas edition cars. You know, everything is the Texas such and such. Texas toast. Texas this, Texas that. Dallas in particular, I think somehow Dallas it feels like to me anyway, at least, you know, the people I hang out with, Dallas is kind of proud of our progress and our renovation. There's a lot of towns that pride themselves on their historic landmarks and their cities, but Dallas is like, no, tear that down, we're gonna build a new one.
Oh God, every 5 years.
Yes, and we love it because it's where we have the newest, we have the biggest, we have the best.
It's like Toyota. Toyota came here for their headquarters, and they pretty much tore down this whole big giant strip just for Toyota. But it's beautiful. It's all glass.
Yeah, beautiful building. We're proud of how new and amazing our tech is. We have a great tech corridor of Texas Instruments, Toyota factory, State Farm has a big facility now. We've got a really big tech corridor with Cisco, Raytheon, bunch of big tech right there in a row, and it's pretty amazing.
What's the biggest like new shiny thing in Dallas that's like exciting for the locals?
The overpasses.
Yes. So no, he's kind of right. We built some pretty fascinating bridges downtown that kind of connect our downtown area. There's a little bit more of an expressway to get from an outside area across that Trinity River I was telling you about before and into downtown without making a bunch of exits. So we built quite a few nice little extensions to get into and out of downtown, and some of the architecture on those is pretty fascinating.
And scary. It's like roller coasters. It's pretty much roller coaster in your car. I'm sure a lot of Texans can agree with me. I avoid them at all costs because when you're the high five, I live in Murphy, which is by Plano, and Plano has the high five, which is literally 5 roads stacked on top of each other.
Right. So there's at least 2 overpasses in Dallas area that are over 100 feet high. So when you're driving over them, you look down and it's just teeny tiny cars down there, and you're just directly on. It's pretty scary sometimes. Yes. But that's something we like to do. We like to improve, and we like to make progress.
So to kind of explain. Yeah, don't look down. Gracious. But they call Texas Silicon Prairie because you have Silicon Valley. This is Silicon Prairie.
Ooh, very nice imagery.
Yes.
Nice. What else do you? we've been going across the country, from LA to Miami and back, and one question that I like to ask everybody is, what is your proudest moment?
Of like all time.
Of all time, working with the organization.
Wow.
I'll let you have a few mouthfuls of macaroni and then you can answer.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Proudest moment of all time. That's gonna be tough. So I mean, I gotta skip the obvious ones. You know, the birth of my child and my marriage to my wife and whatnot. I gotta skip those. Let me think about like gaming and 1UpOnCancer. I think one of my proudest moments was at a convention. I believe it was PAX South. I was at the 1UpOnCancer booth, and someone had come up to me and they said, I need to thank you guys because my husband, he passed away of cancer, but you guys were so helpful to us. And she had her and her 2 sons there with her, and she just gave us the most amazing testimonial about how 1UpOnCancer had saved their house and their livelihood because her husband had cancer and he couldn't work, and the medical insurance only went so far, and there were bills. And 1UpOnCancer was there with her every step of the way. We paid his medical bills, we paid for the things that he needed and the treatments that he got. And while he didn't make it in the end, she was just so thankful that we were there with her the whole time. Even on an emotional level, like, you know, we had people emailing, checking in, hey, how are you guys feeling this month? That kind of thing. And it really reinforced to me what 1UpOnCancer was about. Like, my father passed away of cancer when I was 19 years old, and I didn't get to see, there were no organizations that helped. So as I got older and I got into gaming, and I was, you know, when I met these guys at QuakeCon, I said, this is the org for me. Right, this one meets, you know, my needs and it connects with me. So when I heard that story from this other woman, it hit me because her sons were 18, 17, something like that, and that's when it hit me real hard that this is exactly what we're here for, and we're doing our job. And it made me really proud to be there at PAX South and meet these people. And every time we do a stream, I think about them. I think about them, and I feel like I'm talking to them. I look at my webcam and I say, you know, hit that donate button, you know, donate $5, $10, whatever you've got. I think about that family, and that makes me proud.
Yeah, you should be proud. That's a wonderful story, and it sounds like you really took what you could do to help create some change.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you guys get away with this. You're answering that question.
Yeah, I mean, we just do so much. We do what we can. There's just so many opportunities to give back. I operate a small amateur Overwatch tournament called Tranquility, and we do charity drives every so often. And this past 2 seasons, this past year, we made over $5,000 for charity, just donating for different causes from our communities. And it's just, it feels so good to give back because it's not like, you know, we all need it. You know, we all need the money, we all need the help sometimes, but sometimes it's just nice to hear there's other people out there that need help and that they're getting help. Because you hear so many stories about people that they just can't get the help and they're desperate and they need it. And then you hear about people that are getting helped and you're like, there's hope for me, you know?
Yeah, cancer and any kind of serious illness like that is so good at putting you in a place of hopelessness. And it's so overwhelming, and it almost takes a village to comfort and surround that person, and then to comfort and surround those people, and then organizations like yours to comfort and surround and create change from this devastating pattern of, you know, it's awful disease.
Right. Yeah, everybody has a cancer story, and I'm just glad that we can be there. We can tell people our cancer stories, and they're gonna say, okay, I'm not alone, and I do need help. And there's some people out there that sometimes they're afraid to even ask for help. I've encountered people that say, you know, I've got these medical bills piling up. I'm like, 1UpOnCancer can help you, and they're like, I don't want to be a charity case. I can take care of this. I'm like, that's what we're here for. We want to help. And the more we tell people that, the better off they're going to be.
I think it takes incredible strength to accept help. And I think part of some of that resistance is that feeling of, well, then I have an obligation, but as a cancer survivor, I'm kind of like, screw that. So, you know, you survive and you do feel like an obligation. Go help other people, you know?
You have that opportunity to get back now. And yeah, as a cancer survivor or someone who, you know, has been with a family member who had cancer, who passed away, like it's my job to make sure that families don't go through what I went through as a child when my father had cancer. And, you know, he left behind my younger siblings, younger children, and those people need help too. And when I see organizations like Extra Life and St. Jude, those people do great work. Yeah. But there are a lot of times kids enter their program at 16, 17 years old, and then next thing you know, they can't, they're 18. Yeah, they're not in the program. Right. And St. Jude has actually sent us some kids and said, hey, look, we've got this kid who's in his, you know, halfway through his chemo and needs help getting to the end. We can't pay his bills anymore because legally we're obligated to cut him off at 18. He'll come to us, we pay those medical bills. We call the doctor, we verify this is a legitimate bill, this is caused by cancer, and we pay the doctor directly so that no money goes, it doesn't get wonky, it doesn't get weird where we're paying people back. We don't want to do that because there's a lot of fraud charities out there. Yeah. And like Chris was saying, we want to be transparent. We want to make sure that people know that when they give us money, it goes directly to doctors. It doesn't go in my pocket, doesn't go in Chris's pocket, doesn't go to the patients, it goes into doctors. Yeah. And it pays for those bills.
Wow. And that's very important to us. In the end, we just want to go to bed at night and just feel good about what we've done. And you know, you hear about some of these charities that their CEO makes millions of dollars. I never understood how you could justify that. How you could sleep understanding that you are taking $1 million that could help so many people. Sure, obviously there's a living wage. You know, what's fair though for a charity to pay their CEO? I can't answer that. I mean, we don't have the ability to even try to answer that. But, you know, to us, it's very important that we do continue to work with the community because it's very important to us. And that includes the other charities that we work with. We work with Extra Life. Actually, Mike Kinney, who actually runs Extra Life, helped start us up. When I was asking questions, how do I start a charity? I went to Mike, and Mike's like, here's what you do. Here's these steps. It took us 2 attempts to get our 501c3. And actually, when we're talking about proudest moments, getting that 501c3 completed and having that piece of paper in our hands that says, we've done it. It's not an easy process at all. It takes over $1,000, a lot of legal fees, a lot of time to make a 501c3. And that's the first step, getting that. Then you can start fundraising, because you can't fundraise without it. I mean, there's no tax receipts. So it's a big step to do. And it was amazing, because then right after we had our first fundraiser, and we raised about $2,000, $2,500, it was amazing. And we were just like so overwhelmed. And then that next quarter, we helped people with their bills, you know, and it was just like that. It was just a rolling start. And to see these people get the help immediately, and to something that I did, I started a business, but not just a business, a charity, with me, Dr. Todd, and Christina. It just is this feeling of overwhelming accomplishment. So let me ask you this question. What was your biggest accomplishment?
Several.
You have several, okay.
But when we talk about when I find the cancer, right?
Sure, 1UP, yeah, sure.
Nationwide, and where they got what from the university with the 2 degrees.
Yes, well, I think you should be very proud. Proud because, again, KSU with 2 bachelors is not a small feat.
No, it's not bad. No, when I find the cancer, when I'm proud at the moment, when I'm most frustrated at the moment, I tried to call you someone who said if you don't go, you take the number to have a pay, your bill, and to hook up on me. You should try to call you again with them. Should take it with me, said what I said.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't understand what she was saying, Her proudest moment, one of her proudest moments, was when I started giving her more responsibility for calling and paying those bills directly, because it was just me doing it and it got overwhelming. So since my wife doesn't have a job other than volunteering with 1UP, I asked her to start calling those hospitals, doctors, and colleges and paying those bills. First time she tried that on the video phone, they hung up on her. Completely, just like click, because the video, because they'll say when you actually go and call, a lot of video relay companies will go, this is a relay call from blah 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 for do you accept? And they think it's a fraud call. Yeah, exactly, they hang up immediately.
Oh. So,
So,
I was the first one that saw, and the Mexican case too, and the other different cabin, and the shoes, down about with the shoes. And now it's the church in the border, blah blah blah, you know. So I tried to call, and finally got to do, had to bear the bus.
so when we were at MassCon, that first deaf gaming convention, we met a new company called Convo, which doesn't do those pre-announcements.
Yeah.
They act as her, talking as her, so when she signs something, it gets voiced immediately. So there is no disconnect, there is no, I'm on behalf of this person.
Right.
So she was able to pay bills that way.
Thank goodness.
And that was one of her proudest moments, is the fact that she actually felt like she could actually accomplish something that's easy for most of us, but something that wasn't easy for her to do.
And that's the heart of really your organization is paying those medical bills.
It's
too.
empowering people as well.
Yeah.
That's important as well. That's why I'm really happy. Empowering is like important too. You know, paying those bills is paramount. But I'm also, yeah, I really want to work too. Paperwork, oy. But yeah, it's the empowering people as well. I think is very important. Because people, when they get cancer, and you know firsthand, you're full of doubt, you're full of worries, you get that spiral, that depression spiral that we get when things just not going right. And
Actually, I saw a study that made me cry because I felt this. The number one fear of cancer patients is that their cancer will come back.
Right.
So even if you do beat it, it like haunts you for the rest of your life.
Right, and Fox, one of the first people we helped with her charity, with her debts through the charity, one of our biggest advocates, she was in the same boat. She still gets tested every 6 months. She still goes through the processes because, she rang that bell and she was proud. Like, I got rid of my cancer and it was great. But she still gets tested, and she, like a couple months ago, her and I were talking and she started crying. She's like, I have this lump and I don't know what it is.
Oh, no.
And it just was fatty tissue.
Yeah.
But you start worrying.
Yeah, everybody goes through that. That's just, it's so scary.
It absolutely is. I start worrying. I think everybody worries. This, especially if you're dealing with cancer day in, day out. Is like, is this lump cancer? Is that? This is new. Why is this, mole looking like, you start seeing it everywhere, right?
I still have pain where I had surgery,
Right.
It's like this phantom thing that won't go away.
So to us, it's just something that's, we understand, and this is the reason why we have the Discord, to actually have those conversations. And by all means, please come join our Discord. Because if you do have that feeling of dread or despair, chat with somebody. Don't keep it internalized, because it just spirals out of control.
Yeah.
And I have anxiety issues. I've had them since I was a kid. And so, middle of the night, I'll breathe in, like, my lungs hurt. Well, because I've been panic breathing for the last hour. And I'm like, well, what's that? Why does it hurt? It's because of this and that and it. Spiral out of control. Yeah, well, I've been panic breathing for an hour because
I'm from Florida, so I call those like hurricane thoughts.
Yeah.
That like wreck through your brain and cause chaos.
Yeah. Absolutely. But again, it's the human condition. We're all here, It feels like sometimes this world is divided, but not with us. just kind of give you insight. This is not a political conversation at all. My wife's Republican. I'm Democrat. We both have civil conversations. I'm Jewish. She's Christian. Again, you would think that we would not mesh. We married 15 years. It's not about us versus them. It's about how we can come together.
Wow.
And that's very important. That's the message I tell everybody. I love collaborating. Always have. I love working together, making something larger than all of us, because in the end, you can step away, but I helped do that. I helped make that vision. I don't think I'm going to help run 1UpOnCancer forever, but I hope whoever continues this mission, whenever I step away, continue to grow my baby. Because it's always going to be my baby. And that's important to me.
Perfect.
Okay. No, you're saying? I was talking about, this is our baby.
The baby's old, isn't it?
Yeah, our baby's 5 years old now, so it can go to kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. That's the way we think of our Twitch subscriptions. It's like, hey, you're a toddler now. Well, this has been so wonderful. I'm gonna take a little piece of this. I think it would
Take some
be,
more.
Go right ahead. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I think it would be good with some milk,
Oh, there you
Ice
go.
cream. Oh.
right?
Okay, go and get some Bluebell ice cream. They have it at Kroger. They have little pints of Bluebell. Oh my goodness.
All right. I just might take that advice, but
Trying to kill me today.
yeah.
Trying to kill me
Well,
today.
no, just roll down the windows. That's
Oh
all.
boy. We had an accident earlier. I had a coffee that exploded, and I just rolled down the window and it went everywhere.
The whole side of the RV.
You were like, you should just wait and let it spill all over your pants, and I'm like, okay.
Well, there were cars behind us that you were
Yeah.
throwing coffee on.
Well, I tried. So I'll take a little piece of that cobbler to go. Thank you so much for spending time with us and being on Travels with Hyper, and just sharing that incredible story and journey that you've all been on.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I mean, we love having guests here. We built a facility for it, and we haven't had a whole lot since coronavirus started, but we're very glad you guys are here, and we love what you guys are doing. I've been watching some of the VODs and stuff, and it looks like you guys are having a great time. So that's really cool. I'm glad that other people are able to vicariously travel through you. And that's what, being on Twitch and sharing your experiences is about, is getting out there and saying, hey, I can't be there, but I can see what it's like to be there.
Yeah.
And you're getting that unfiltered live experience.
Yeah. So you're gonna take a little bite.
Yes,
I did.
I've been looking for a fork.
I
this
did
whole-
call.
There are some wrapped forks in the middle there.
So
and then-
Christine wants to add something to that. She says, for everybody out there, jazz hands.
Yeah.
Thank you for being there, jazz hands. That's the way we cheer in deaf community. Cheer. Yay.
Hype
Yeah,
emoji.
it's pretty much hype, yeah.
Hype emoji.
Yeah.
But thank you again for being a part of us today. And again, you have all the ways to contact us. Please, by all means, do so. We would love to have you part of our community as well.
Hey, Lucas, while Malika gets her cobbler ready, do you mind doing
Want
a
a piece
little?
too?
You want a little piece too for the road?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Lucas, are you able to do your little B-roll adventure with Lucas?
Yeah. what
There's
do you
some
want me to
stuff in the case. I would say the sign on the door. There's also, if you could get some close-up shots of their computer bay, and just talk to chat through it. Get some good B-roll adventure. Okay.
I believe I already got this stuff. Yeah, I already got this stuff. I already got that. But I'll get it again. Okay. I'm gonna check out these computers. Oh, look at this green screen. Oh, I've seen one of that. Oh. That was a motion censored light. That's nice. Alright, y'all do a little key in, make this a cool looking shot. Love that, love that. Getting all the stuff. Office. Studio A. Let's get a cool shot of coming up and over. Maybe something like that. Let me fix this thing. How about now? I didn't like it. One sec. Here we go. Almost. Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Who cares? We already got way too much. Calling it. We're good. Oh, actually, let me get some shots of this wall.
Feel free to move the door.
Say what?
Feel free to move the door.
Oh, cool, yeah. Good call. There it is. Alright. I got it all.
Because chemo is sometimes covered by your insurance, right? Some of that stuff is covered by your insurance, and so most people take care of it, but then they're like $800 for hearing aids.
Yeah.
And so
Our B-roll boy is back. I think we're gonna have to head to the RV and get moving out towards the farms. Thank you all so much.
have a good time at the farm.
Yeah, well, Malika's gonna have a blast. Malika's gonna have so much
I like
fun.
farm animals.
Yeah, no, farm animals, that sounds fun.
Just do not stand behind the cow. That's all I say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't stand there.
Unless you have boots on. If you have boots on, you're fine.
I'm gonna put my boots on. But thank you all so much.
All right, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful rest of your day. And Blues Barbecue was so good.
Oh, Blues Barbecue, the best.
So good.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Five
So
stars.
good.
Everybody, thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Hearts, love, kisses, hugs. Socially
Yes.
distant hugs. Bye.
Lucas, are you cool with your you manhandling that?
Yeah.
Yeah? All the way back to the RV, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, cool.
He's just like, there you go. I got a snake attached to me.
Whoa. Whoa. Watch out.
Zac the snake.
That barbecue was really good.
That was intense.
Those pork belly burnt ends were so rich.
Yo, I
Oh my god.
couldn't see a knife. So I
So
was
rich.
just putting like big old chunks of meat
Yeah.
in my mouth.
Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like I just ate dessert, and I did not eat dessert.
Yo, but I got dessert.
So I called them. They put,